Hi everyone. So I came up with the idea for this video and it's kind of a little bit weird. I still haven't decided what I'm going to call it yet. And the basic idea was I was talking to a friend of mine a couple of days ago and we were talking about kind of weird beauty methods that you try at home. And the conversation started with using lemon to bleach your elbows. You know how some people have darker elbows, using lemon to bleach your elbows. So we were talking about that and then it got me thinking about all the weird kind of at-home beauty treatment type of thing that I've tried over the years, and I've tried a lot of them, and some of them are really gross and a little bit weird. Some of them are just a complete myth. Some of them actually work. So I just thought that I'd kind of share with you the ones that I've tried. I thought it would just be a nice idea for a different video. So the first one was using lemon as an exfoliator. Basically, lemon's got kind of acids in it, obviously, and I read somewhere that if you used lemon juice on your face, it was kind of like using a fruit acid chemical exfoliator. So I did it and it made my face really, really sting, and it made my face really red, and it really just didn't work at all. It did exfoliate, but it wasn't a very pleasant experience and I wouldn't have done that again. And then another thing I did was I used lemon to bleach my hair, which really dried out the ends of my hair, but it did look really, really nice, and I did it when my hair was blonde anyway, so it kind of just bleached it even more. And using lemon on your hair does really kind of bleach it and give it a few highlights, and it's probably not the best thing for your hair, but it's not like using proper bleach on it, so you might want to take that into consideration if you want to give yourself a few kind of lighter strands for summer. Then what other ones were there with lemon? I think that was pretty much it for lemon. Then another one that we were talking about was egg, and my friend said that she had read somewhere that a girl used egg on her hair to make it shiny, and she rinsed it off with hot water instead of cold water, and it made like scrambled egg in her hair. And I haven't done that. I would die if that happened to me. I'm really funny about eggs anyway, and it would just really, really gross me out. But I have used egg as a face mask, and that is really, really, really disgusting, and it didn't work. I don't know where I read half these things. It was like, you know, when I was like 13 or whatever, and I used to think that it was kind of a nice idea, and, you know, I was going to be the next Elizabeth Arden and do all these little treatments at home. So the egg one was pretty disgusting, and it didn't really do anything for my skin either, and it stank. And then another one that I used that did really work was using vodka in your shampoo. So I just mixed a little bit of vodka in my shampoo and washed my hair with it, and it made my hair really, really shiny. And bearing in mind my hair was, this was kind of a few years later, my hair was probably blonde at that point, and it's quite hard to get shine into blonde hair. I feel like the darker your hair is, the shinier it looks. So I used that in my shampoo to try and make it a little bit shinier, and that did actually work. It did make your hair really shiny. It's probably not the best thing for your hair because it's like it's alcohol, isn't it? So it probably strips your hair of all its natural oils, but it did really, really add a lot of shine and clarity, and I think it's a good sort of clarifying shampoo. And then speaking of clarifying shampoos, another one that I used was washing up liquid. If you use washing up liquid to remove product buildup, so like if you use, is it the Neutrogena tea gel shampoo that removes product buildup? If you want an at-home version of that, Fairy Liquid is a really, really good option. It kind of makes your hair feel really dry and horrible, but it does really, really remove product buildup. So if you're going to dye your hair and you want to strip your hair of all the buildup and things like that first before you dye it, then that's a really good little tip, and it's very inexpensive, obviously. Another one that is kind of like, a lot of these I think are sort of old wives' tales, and or in Sex and the City language you'd call it an urban myth, but one of them was rinsing your hair with vinegar was meant to add shine, and I did that, and it really, really smelled horrible. My hair really, really smelt like vinegar, and, you know, nobody wants to smell like chips. And yeah, that one didn't really work. The other one I read somewhere was that supposedly Halle Berry used coffee and olive oil to exfoliate her body, and because coffee has got caffeine in it, then it kind of stimulates your circulation, so it's great for cellulite prone areas like your thighs and your bum and that kind of thing. And I tried that, but I didn't do it very well, because when you rinsed it off, I think you should have probably done it with cold water, but I probably did it with warm water. And then when I rinsed it off, I was like, there was just coffee in the bath everywhere. And my dad, I was really like, I must have been about, 14, 15, something like that. And my dad went mental at me because I just used all his expensive coffee to scrub my thighs with. And that didn't go down too well. Another one that does really work was using olive oil to make your nails healthy and strong. Just get a little bowl, and supposedly Julia Roberts does this. I'm just showing my celebrity obsession here, but supposedly you take a little bit of olive oil and you pop it in a little bowl. You can warm it up a little bit in the microwave and just kind of massage it on your cuticles and your nails, and it adds shine and it really helps condition your cuticles, and that does really, really work. Then another one that I read somewhere was that supposedly putting crushed strawberries on your teeth makes them whiter, and I did that, didn't really work. But they have supposedly got properties in them that can make your teeth go whiter, so it might work for you. Then another one that I really, really do love is using sugar as an exfoliator. I haven't made my own exfoliator in ages, just because I've been sent a few and I've just been testing out a few things that I've bought. But if you wanted to make your own body scrub using sugar, it's a really, really nice option. I have done it with salt as well, but if you remove hair, then it can kind of sting a little bit, and I think sugar just works better. So just mixing a little bit of sugar with your body wash or anything like that is a nice cheap way to exfoliate your skin. And if you haven't got particularly sensitive skin, you can do it on your face as well, which I have done numerous times. But those are all the kind of beauty, I don't know what you'd call them, I'm not even sure what I'm going to call this video, beauty myths. Is it a myth? Is it sort of at home weird beauty myths or things like that? I don't know. The other one actually that I think is a really good one that does work is I used to mix a little bit of talc powder with some warm water, so it kind of becomes emulsifies and it kind of becomes like a little paste, and put it on any blemishes, and it just dries out the blemish, like the kind of classic toothpaste idea, which isn't very good for you. But if you've got a blemish and you need it to be dried out, then mixing a little bit of talc powder with a little bit of water and putting it on the blemish does really help it go away. But I kind of feel like all those things are not things that I would do now, with the exception of the sugar body scrub. None of them would be things that I would do anymore, and I tend to rely on products now, and I tend to just stick to what I know works. But if you've got any kind of weird little beauty myths, or I don't know what we're going to call it, then definitely share them with us. And I know that the camera keeps kind of auto-focusing and moving about. I can't for the life of me figure out why it's doing this, and I have got a really hate relationship with my camera at the moment because it's just not doing anything right. But I hope you'll have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.